Hey you guys, my name is Stella Williams and I promised myself to never film on this channel with no makeup, but I'm just tired of being perfect. I have been stressed, okay? My health. And I know I just did a health update, and if you watch my vlogs, I did meet with a dietitian on March 2nd. I've been waiting literally months to meet with them since the first week of January. So it's something that was highly anticipated, so exciting, and the biggest letdown. It was stuff I already knew, someone who didn't understand my needs and my diagnoses and blah, 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 blah. Really disappointing. So that was March 2nd. Ever since then, I have been, at first I was like, okay, thank you God, because like I feel like I have everything within me, because that's what I felt after the call. Like, okay, I know everything, cool. So I have not been losing weight as fast as I have been. So that was 2 weeks ago, and lining up with that, my personal trainer contracted COVID and I couldn't work out. Let me be completely honest here. I could have worked out. So I took 2 weeks off of workout for that because everyone was still working out together. You don't know who had COVID. It was a lot. And I wasn't gonna put myself like that. It was a lot. Anywho, so I felt down about my dietitian. I felt down about my workouts. I didn't feel like I was failing. I felt like I'm gonna be stuck here forever, but I know something's gonna change. Like, I'm just waiting for the magic thing to change. I think that happened today. So today is March 15th, 2021. And I went to my gyno. I don't really know, and I didn't know initially why I had to follow up with my gyno, because I saw her in December. That's when I was diagnosed with PCOS. That's when I got put on medication and this whole big hoopla. And then today I wasn't really sure why she's following up. I asked her though at the end of my appointment today, I was like, so why did I have to come back? And she's like, because I asked you to change your life so much and I just wanted to see how you were dealing with that. And I was like, I like you. So I did have a really, really good appointment today. Really big updates for you guys. So one, I am happy to announce that I am considered healthy, which is incredible. Since December of 2019, when I got my blood clot for my birth control, I have been dealing with a diagnosis after diagnosis after diagnosis of bad things, and all my levels have been so screwed up. And today, finally, all my levels are normal. The only one that's abnormal is my red blood count is high, which is good. If you're anemic, you know that it's usually the lowest of low and you're like dying. So for someone like me who has anemia tendencies, to have a high red blood count was like primo. Everything's normal. And she's like, aside from obesity, you're healthy. Such a refresher for me. It felt like the tides are turning, and to hear a doctor tell me that you're healthy. Now, I do want to say this doesn't mean I don't have conditions that I've been diagnosed with for the last year. What this means is underneath my weight, all of my levels are normal. And I will say I was initially blessed because I haven't been pre-diabetic, and I don't have diabetes, didn't have high cholesterol, didn't have high blood pressure. I didn't have all these issues, right? So it's not like I went from those issues to not having them. It's just the fact that like through all the issues I've had, for me to still be healthy is a very big blessing. And I'm very, very, very happy because I thought like in a weird way, I don't know if you've been diagnosed with anything, but it kind of feels like you're screwed up forever and that there's like no hope. And I know I've talked about this previously in my health update videos, how I feel hopeless, and everyone's like, Stella, you're so young, you're tripping. But it feels like that. And even in December when I saw her, I felt hopeless. I told her that I was like, this is a lifelong condition I have. It's hereditary, lifelong condition. Like, there's nothing I can do about one of my diagnoses. And I couldn't understand her when she was like, but you can be back healthy. Like, I couldn't understand that. And now I understand that, because it's like I'm managing myself, and it feels really, really good. I think what's been really hard for me, I'll get to the number 2 in a second because more big news. I think what's really hard for me let me talk about this too. Okay. So I was waiting. I had to wait like 45 minutes for my doctor. I've never had to wait for this long. I don't know what happened. You guys know the biggest reason I want to get healthy and lose weight and manage my PCOS because I do want kids one day. When I tell you guys I lost it, I was sitting in the room waiting for my doctor, and you could hear the sonogram from the lady next door, and you could hear the little heartbeat from the baby, and it was just like, I don't know why the walls were so thin, but whatever they were, and I heard it, and it was just like a reminder. I've been myself, my friends, my families have had weird dreams recently about me having a baby, which is just nuts. I'm not pregnant now that I know of, but just knowing that like I'm putting that energy out there and like reminding myself like every day, every single day when I make decisions, like it's like for that, it's for that purpose. Like you have to manage your PCOS, you have to keep inflammation down, and not just for yourself, but you do want a baby so badly. And I want to give myself the best chance. And I think that what really sparked this, because I've been saying this for years, what sparked it was the PCOS diagnosis in December, because that really, really big attribution to infertility. And that kind of like snapped me into like, oh shit. And so it's like, if you're newer here, it's not that I want a kid right now, but I want to know that my body can produce a baby whenever I plan it and whenever I'm ready. Birkin, I'm okay. The sonogram was so beautiful, and it was just like a reminder that I really needed, and to know that that could be my reality and that could be my sonogram one day. And it was just really awesome. I'm emotional because I'm regulating. Sorry, this is not me being dramatic. I don't feel dramatic today. Doctor comes in, we go over my test. Now, I didn't take my labs with her. I took my labs with my primary care doctor the beginning of March. So that was nice. Again, all my levels came back normal and healthy. Such a big blessing. And the weight is really just the focus now to get that down, which I completely agree. And we had an interesting conversation today. She keeps trying to push like Mirena on me, which is a birth control. I don't want a birth control at all. And I told her, I was real with my doctor. Sometimes we're not real with our doctors because we don't want them to feel like we're stepping on their toes, or and when I say that, I don't mean like asking questions, I mean like combating them. And I kind of combated her today. I was like, I regulated myself with eating properly end of last year. I want to give myself the chance to do that again, to be very focused and regulate. She's like, it's not always linear. It doesn't always work like that. And I was like, oh, but what I'm trying to get you to understand is that I'm so opposed to Mirena, but I could be open to it if my own way doesn't work. And she was like, it doesn't hurt to do both. So she's still pushing for it. You guys in the vlog channel gave me every horror story I needed to not get Mirena. I already know what I know and I don't want it. So there's a lot of prayer and focus every morning going in right now about miracles happening and things leveling out and working out. Because sometimes like when you know you're not supposed to do something, don't do it. That's how I felt with my first birth control that literally changed my life. And I knew I shouldn't have done it, but I felt like, well, there's no other option. Next piece of big news is I didn't lose that much weight. So I know this was kind of a follow-up to that because she did put me on metformin for weight loss. I don't really know what she put it for because all my levels are good. Like even the day she's like, your A1C is good, blah, blah, blah. So I don't really know what she put it on for, but she did say the side effect of it was weight loss. So I'm assuming that's kind of what she did it for. And I had only lost 4 pounds since my last appointment in December total. And I was like a little discouraged because I've been working out, but also the last 2 weeks I haven't been. So I just was like, ugh. And she was like, hey, chill out. Like anything lower than what I saw you last time is all I wanted. And I was like, bet. That made me feel a lot better because I am just trying to figure everything out. And again, with the failed dietitian appointment, not being able to work out the last 2 weeks, not saying I couldn't have worked out myself before you guys like say anything, but there are so many topics and debates about weight and can you be healthy and be overweight. I'm someone who believes I can be healthy and overweight because technically right now I am. Like right now I'm healthy and overweight. But this is where I start to change my beliefs. I do know that the inflammation caused by the fat in my body can worsen my PCOS, and lead to cancer, like literally progress a lot of things that I've already been diagnosed with. There's an interesting difference to me between being overweight and healthy with no conditions. Because now I see those as two different things. Like I'm considered healthy by a doctor, but I still have conditions, you know what I mean? I will never be undiagnosed with my conditions and healthy. Some more food for thought. But anyway, biggest news number 2. I am meeting with my weight loss surgeon potentially on April 14th of this year. Hopefully not next year. And I am scared shitless. I am actually not as opposed to it, and this is something I love about documenting every single part of this, because when I posted about weight loss surgery when I first got the referral, I was like, no, blah, 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 blah. And it's just so interesting like what therapy can do. Being in therapy, talking to my therapist about what that would mean to me as a person, what that would mean to my health, And I don't know if you guys remember this, but we had a conversation about if you lost everything but had a baby. Like, that's something that was a question he asked me. If you lost everything, would you be happy if you had your baby? And I immediately said yes, and I still feel that way. If I lost everything but had a baby, I'd be so happy. Not just you. Not just you. It's very real to me right now. And I'm very actually happy and kind of excited about my weight loss surgery appointment. And I told my doctor that today too. I was like, you know, for a very long time, psychologically, I was scared to get it done for a lot of beliefs I have and changing those. And I don't feel that way right now. I feel like I'm doing what's best for me, and I'm kind of just learning how to own that and stop apologizing for that. And not to you guys, but to myself. Like, stop apologizing for putting myself in a position that I should be in, and allowing myself to maybe manage a diagnosis I have to become a mom one day, and allowing myself that life experience while also believing in my core values and beliefs. So it's really cool. I feel like I'm finally understanding the true meaning of body positivity for me, and what it means to love yourself, and what it means to just, if you look at yourself right now and you love yourself right now, doesn't mean you can't look at yourself in 3 months, no matter where you are in life, whatever you're doing in life, and love yourself then too. This is something I didn't really expect to change, so I think that's why I struggled with it for so many months. I never ever thought of weight loss surgery ever until my mom did a reading on me, and now that it's kind of maybe probably gonna be a reality, I think I'm coming to terms with it. I think I'm coming to terms with it, but I think I'm definitely gonna need to wait till after my consultation to like really grasp like, oh shit, I might get surgery. Cause it's a big deal for me to get surgery. I do have a history of blood clots, again, from my birth control. But that doesn't mean I can't get them again. But because we know I get blood clots, anything is a risk. Any surgery, any procedure is a risk. And that's what really scares me. And also, I still would love to do it without the surgery, but I have to give myself the shot. I am very grateful, very excited, very nervous, but I think what really is doing it for me, I don't know, this may sound psycho to you guys, but do any of you guys believe in angel numbers? I've been seeing a lot of them the last week. So a lot of the angel numbers I've been seeing lately this last week, in addition to a lot of my family and friends having dreams about me being pregnant, I don't really know what that means, and I try not to think about it because I'm someone who, whenever I've had a scare before, I like obsess. I'm like, I'm definitely pregnant, and like I start giving myself all the fake symptoms. So I try to ignore it, and I just take it as good vibrations and good energy that, you know, I can bear a child one day. And no one's saying I'm infertile. And I think that's where my mind jumped to. I was like, oh, you're infertile. I'm not. And I think my mind just went there because I know what PCOS progressed can do. And I know it's very, very hard when you're not ovulating regularly to get pregnant. So I say all that to say, I'm excited. I'm excited because I feel it. My mom has sensed baby energy, baby spirit energy for me, which I think is very, very comforting because it's almost like a for certain that it's going to happen for me. I don't even got a man. This is like modern women. I'm not saying like I want to get pregnant right now, but again, you just never know. And it is something that I want very, very much. So I'm excited to see what this year is going to unfold. And the hardest part for me diet-wise this year is not giving myself a diet. I know I was going to go OMAD and I was going to go keto and all these things because I know they work for me, but I'm working really, really, really hard to work in moderation. This is not an ad. I've been using my Perfect Body DNA book though to build meals for me, and it's been great because I'm someone who knows like 2 healthy meal recipes and I don't want like whatever. So that's been really good. They have a new name now. I think it's Beyond Body. I'm gonna do a video for them soon, but definitely have been using that book for meal recipes and just trying out the good old-fashioned moderation calorie. There's no weight goal for me. There's no end result for me. None of that. But the only result I guess I want is a child, and I feel like whenever that happens in my life, again, not rushing it, that's gonna be like my marker of like all this I went through was worth it. Thank you guys for watching this video. We have more content coming soon. Fashion hauls, fun videos, all that stuff. I've just been really stressed out with this. So thanks for getting casual with me. I will see you guys very, very soon. Love and light, Stella. Bye. Birkin, say bye.